Joining us on the line is Ian from the kick-ass band from the United Kingdom, Amongst Liars. Thank you, my friend, for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, man, I tell you what, you guys are like one of my favorite bands that we play on the show. I have like a million questions. I don't even know where to start. So why don't you just give us a little background on the band, and then I maybe be able to calm down a little bit over this.
No worries at all. So thanks very much for having us, and for all you've done for us as well. It's been amazing listening to all the stuff you've done, all the kudos you've given. So thank you. But yeah, so we formed about just over a year and a half ago, just before the pandemic hit, basically. So we're based in Brighton, in south coast of England, and we're kind of an alternative rock band, I suppose. We took kind of props from bands like Royal Blood and from kind of the sort of more heavier stuff, Rage Against the Machine, Audio Slave. We wanted to form a band that kind of just rocked, I suppose, and just have a bit of fun with it. But luckily, we sort of managed to record some stuff before the pandemic hit, and we've put about 5-6 singles out so far, and we've just finished recording an album as well, so that's going to come out next year. And we're about to go on tour, and we've played a few festivals as well. Now things are opening up over here, so it's all good.
Yeah, your tour. I mean, you're going to be all over the place. On the 19th, you're going to be the Underground. Why don't you give a full background on that tour?
Yeah, sure. We thought we just wanted to get out because we're a live band, and that's what we want to do. And we love playing to people, meeting people, and it's been impossible to do that over the last year and a half. And so we decided, right, we're going to do something in the UK, and we say Eastbourne, kind of Brighton is our sort of local area. Then we're going to go up to London, then we're going to go across to Bristol, then up to sort of Birmingham, Telford, then Manchester, Sheffield, to sort of wrap it up. So we got about 7-8 dates all together.
Must be,
and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it must be really exciting. You guys got any rust?
Any?
And are you feeling tight? Getting ready for this, or
Oh yeah,
is it
definitely.
rusty?
Yeah, we're really hyped for it. Yeah, we're getting tight, and we had played a few festivals over the summer, and we had to get a stand-in drummer because our drummer broke his shoulder, and he had to have surgery at the beginning of the year. So he did that, and he's just come back to join us, and so it's all going to be great. So yeah, we're really pumped for it.
Now, you say you've only been together a little while. Was Burn the Vision your first official single, or was it Wolf Machine? Which one was the first single?
No, the first thing was Over and Over. That came before, so that was in February 2020. And then we released Wolf Machine, I think, May 2020. Then we did Burn the Vision, I think, sort of September, October. Then we did the track called Mind. So we did 4 singles last year. And then we've put out 2 A/B sides this year. The first of which was Black Days, and a song called The Ship Has Sailed. And now we've got Crucify and Kill the Tide out.
Yeah, Black Days. Tell me about that song, because that tune is so good.
Thanks, man. And that was that's written out of anger about the situation, I suppose, in a government, without getting too political. But it was just a sort of kind of we're pissed off, and we want to just show how pissed off we are, and it kind of lent itself to that, really. And it was one of those songs that Leo came up with this amazing riff, and we just worked, and we just kind of carried on writing it and developing it, and we wanted to make it obviously political. And then we did the video for it as well, and we got a friend we know who's really good, kind of just sort of, he does all our videos, but he's got a really good feel about things, so we kind of put a lot of footage in, and we wanted to make it as kind of hard hitting as possible without it being too in your face, and it's worked really well.
Now that's kind of an anthem. Did you when you were writing that, did you think it would be anthemy?
Not really, no. We never really set out. We just set out to write songs we like, I suppose, and it just is something that kind of happened, and it was just people suddenly pick up on it, and we played that first at our shows, and it's just one of those things that it just goes, and people go mad for it, which is great.
Now, how does Amongst Liars write songs?
So we all write together, basically. We're kind of one of those bands that it's Leo, it's guitarist, he'll bring a riff, and then I'll kind of work on it, or he'll take a riff and they'll jam out with the drummer and the bass player, and then they'll bring it to me when they've got it sort of a bit formed. So it's really collective.
I do have a question about what's going on over there in the UK, and I did talk to a friend of mine over there just recently that the prices are going up on things, cost of living and everything. It's just incredible. Incredible. So you guys have got to be facing some pretty tough times right now, and especially with the gasoline. There's like some kind of a shortage or something. Is that correct?
Yeah, we had that. I mean, that was probably about 4 weeks ago, and all of a sudden, I think someone in our government leaked that there were problems with fuel shortages, and there weren't problems with fuel shortages. There were problems with lorry drivers delivering the fuel, and so the media reported it. Everyone just drove out, mass panicked, and it was like you couldn't get anywhere. I mean, I was literally a gigging musician, and I couldn't get my car filled up and with fuel to actually get to gigs, because it was literally people were queuing at petrol pumps for probably up to 2 hours to get fuel, and it's it's mad.
So yeah, that would be a good reason to have that song with some pretty aggressive lyrics. Yeah, I mean, that's just nuts. What's going on?
At least the English are smarter. They went after the gas. We were going after TP here.
Oh, we go after anything as long as you drop a hat on it. We're gonna go run after it. I mean,
exactly.
I mean, they're in the UK. And it's not like hey, just the stories that I heard were just so incredible, and my heart goes out to you guys for everything that you're going through.
Thank you. No, it's getting better now, I suppose, but it's just one of those things that it just we go through these swings and troughs, but it's we're getting through it. I mean, I think the next thing is there's a fuel kind of energy prices and it can go up as well. So gas and electricity prices are all shooting up as well. But we can actually get petrol now and diesel. So that's something, I suppose. But it's just one of these things. We just ride it, I suppose.
So now with all these prices going up, you guys touring, I mean, it's going to be hard as far as when you go, hey, let's buy a ticket to go see these guys.
Yeah, I mean, the ticket prices will be the same, but the problem is it's us getting there, for example, are going to be, we announced the ticket prices way back, so we're not going to change those, but it's going to cost us more to do it, so we'll have to sell more merch and get people to buy us drinks at the bar.
Well, that's what you're just going to have to sell more merch, and you guys are so great. You're gonna rock the stage out.
What's your website to get merch from?
So everything's on our website, so it's amongstliars.com.
Okay.
Now, so they're crucifying you with the gas prices. Why don't we talk about the song "Crucify"? We just played it, debuting it right here. Man, another great song by you guys.
Thank you. Cheers. Yeah, that was written out again. That was a bit more political as well. We're talking about that was kind of directly response to our government's kind of. I don't know if you heard of. You probably did have the thing called Brexit, and our government talking about taking back control and just being kind of like the UK being sovereign and all that kind of stuff. And they, it was it was a really, really tough time. They caused a lot of sort of, I suppose, disjointed and fear mongering and sort of fake news going around in the country on both sides, I suppose. But we got annoyed by it, so we just wrote a song about it. So it's kind of quite cathartic, I suppose. You kind of you see this stuff going on and you write a song about it, which is nice. When things are good again, we're not going to have any songs. That's the only problem. We have to write about nice things.
You tend to write very political on times, and the band being Amongst Liars, is that kind of how you came about the band name as well?
Yeah, we wanted something. I mean, band name it took us longer to actually come up with a band name than it did to actually sort of write probably the album, because we wanted something that was sort of representative of us and what we were kind of talking about. We don't want to call ourselves a political band. We just want to talk about things, I suppose, that we think that people should be talking about, or we don't want to be one of those bands to say, oh yeah, we vote this way, we do this. We just want to bring things to people's attention, I suppose. So we wanted that kind of thing reflected in the music and the name of the band. But also, Liars happens to be Leo, Ian, Adam, Ross. So that kind of worked. So we were kind of firing around band names on our group chat, and we came up with that, and we thought, yeah, sounds good, let's use it.
You are a 100 proof shot of reality, basically. That's what it is.
Exactly. Pretty. That's what we want to do, yeah.
And I like that you included the initials of the guys in the band name. That is ingenious. I mean, I don't know how many other bands have done that, unless you're Emerson, Lake and Palmer or something like that. No, that was great. So, you have a new album coming out.
Yes.
How many tracks? Can you give us a hint?
We've got 10 tracks on it. There'll be a couple of songs that we've released before going to be on it as well. And then there's going to be sort of 8 brand new ones, and that's going to be coming out probably, I'd say, we're trying to firm up release date. We're talking to sort of some labels and people at the moment, but we're talking about kind of April, May, I would have thought, and we're trying to get another tour around that at the moment. So we're just kind of just working things and planning at the moment. But it's going to be, yes, definitely it's mid next year, I guess.
And your current single, Kill the Tide.
Yes.
More political, hey?
No, not at
No?
all. Actually, this one was more about it was how the band kind of came together, because we were both in two bands originally that kind of we knew each other as, and we toured together a while back in sort of 2017, and then the band, they lost their singer. So the three guys, the Monks Liars, Leo, Adam and Ross, they were in a four-piece band, and their singer sort of disappeared and didn't want to commit to the band anymore. And I was in a band. Again, similar kind of thing happened, and I lost the two members of my band, and I sort of reached out to them, and there were various kind of stories around it. It takes too long to explain everything in detail now, but it's one of those things that we kind of came together, and we Kill the Tide was about, I suppose, restarting again. It was like finding some strength and from really bad situations when you're doing something and you love something, and then it all falls apart. So that's what sort of getting energy and passion, I suppose, from that.
And look at what you created. One of my favorite bands on the dang show I play here, man.
Amazing, thanks.
Yeah,
No, it was a good sign. Everything's been a good sign so far. So it's been, we just love what we do.
What's a band's influences?
I'd say we want to try to sound like us, I suppose. But we take influences like sort of Royal Blood, Bring Me the Horizon, Audio Slave, Led Zepp, all those kind of things, and throw it. So it's really alternative rock, but we just want to throw it all into a melting pot and see what comes out.
Which is heavy guitar, and that's one of my favorite things, is just hearing some of the guitar lines, and I'm like, damn, these guys just know how to rock your face off.
Yeah, Leo's great. He writes amazing riffs.
So how long have you guys played on your own? Like how long have you been musicians and stuff?
I've been a musician for 15, 16 years. All the other guys probably, kind of similar sort of time, I suppose. We've been doing various things since we were kids.
Yeah, so
never knew each other until, like, obviously so about 3 years ago when we sort of played. We toured with each other and played a couple of shows. But yeah, no, I'd say probably about 15, 16 years.
So a bunch of young guys is what I'm saying here. Not
not
like
that
me.
young. We're verging. We're getting to that point, but not really young, but not really old to say.
How's the response been to the new track? Have like your Spotify's and how people have been responding, like through your videos and stuff?
Yes, it's going amazingly well. We've got some really good plays on Spotify. Videos always really good, and we want to do sort of something that was a sort of a real, I suppose, simple performance video for it. So we just did that, and it worked perfectly. So I think, we've I don't know how many Spotify streams. We're probably about 25,000 for this latest one, and video view of probably about 10,000 at the moment across YouTube. But you lose track of things sometimes.
Of all the tracks you guys do, which one best represents Amongst Liars?
I love Over and Over. That's my favourite. We've just had that remixed, actually, so that's going to go on the album. That was the first one that we suddenly played, and it was just like, this is we got something good here.
And it's an early one, which is that's a good way to show your representation. That early on, you guys have something that lasts. Now, when you guys do shows, you're going to be playing. You got any hints on like what we're going to see, or what everybody else is going to see, because you're not touring the U.S. yet?
Yeah, not yet, but no, it's crazy. We like having fun, getting in the crowd, and just rocking out and having a lot of fun. So it's going to be wild.
All righty. Well, why don't you give everybody, besides your website, all the ways they can find you guys, get a hold of you, buy your music, buy your gear, all that stuff?
Yeah, no, I mean, we run everything through our website, which is amongstliars.com, but we're on Facebook, which is, again, type in Amongst Liars. We're on YouTube, Amongst Liars. Twitter, we talk to lots of people on Twitter, and Instagram as well. Again, all Amongst Liars. So if you just type in Amongst Liars to any of those things, you'll find us. And we just opened up a TikTok account as well to get down with the kids.
Oh, you're going to do some of those short little videos for everybody?
I'm not sure yet. We'll work on that.
If you want ideas, I've got a co-host on the regular show that'll give you plenty of ideas there. Shady's got plenty of cool ideas there.
Sounds great.
So, Ian, I really appreciate you stopping in and giving us some of your valuable time to talk with us. You guys kick so much butt. Keep doing what you're doing. Much success in the future, my friend. And do you want to introduce Kill the Tide, or you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'm very happy to introduce you. But yeah, thanks again for having us and for all you've done for us as well. It's been amazing.